This video is sponsored by Noragon, the commercial vehicle data experts. Visit noragon.com to learn more.
Here we go. What are you doing? I'm ready for the show. Last episode you were talking about scan tools. We're gonna have some fun, and let's face it, if there's anyone that could use some fun, it's me. Theaters have been closed for like a year. I don't even know if they exist anymore. Most nights I spend watching some new release on some overpriced streaming service, and I fall asleep in the middle of it. So I need some fun. Let's get ready for the show. Let's talk scan tools. We're not talking about scan tools. We're not? No. We're talking about dark nights on foggy highways, hauling a load through the Rust Belt when suddenly a light illuminates the dash. Concern grips the truck driver. What could the light mean? Will the engine derate? Will he push it too hard? Dispatch calls and directs him to a shop a couple of miles off the interstate. He pulls in as the sun rises over the bays and hops out of the cab. All he knows is that before the light came on, he was ahead of schedule. Now, he's not sure he'll make it on time. Enter our hero, the technician armed with the latest scan tool technology. He checks the truck in, rolls it into the bay, and quickly diagnoses the issue. Turns out, it was just a software update issue. He flashes the firmware and gets the truck back on the road. So we are talking about scan tools from a certain point of view. The point is, the right tools can get you the right information and cut out the root cause guesswork when you need it the most. The fact of the matter is, the biggest advantage of having the right diagnostic repair solution in a fleet shop is the uptime it generates. These tools permit thorough repairs, which lead to healthier vehicles that experience fewer breakdowns and emergency repairs. Fleets have two options for scan tools: OEM and aftermarket. An OEM scan tool focuses on software for just one make and component of truck. An aftermarket scan tool focuses on a broader offering of software, makes, and components. Which choice is right for your fleet depends on your needs, vehicle diversification, and budget. The catch is that aftermarket scan tools are going to be your best bet to cover all trucks and supplier brands at one time, but the OEM scan tool is typically more accurate. There is no one-size-fits-all when it comes to scan tools, so you have to take your specific operation into account. For more on scan tool usage, here's Jason Hedman, Noragon's J-Pro product manager.
Now being asked the question of, can you give us a recent example how an update to a scan tool has impacted the truck repair process? And if I have to think about it a little bit, it's not been just that recent. It's been a little while back. I think when we combined J-Pro with Next Step Repair, information was a highly impactful update. When I think about it, I think about how much time and money is saved when a technician can run through an entire repair process from fault to fix scenario without ever leaving the application they started that whole process with, right? They don't have to leave the troubleshooting information screen to run a bidirectional test, and all the data items pertinent to that fault are displayed right there in front of them. So I think it's pretty impactful, because if you think about how, you're staying in one application from the fault through the fix, the entire process. Big money saver for the industry. I mean, but if you think about the whole process, if you're working on an entire truck and you have to go out of an application, which some applications take a lot longer than we do to connect, and that's not necessarily bad. It's the way it is. Sometimes they're doing a deeper dive than we're doing. It doesn't matter. They're having to go back out to the troubleshooting information and then back into the troubleshooting information, or they may have to go out completely out of even that troubleshooting information to find more information, right? And then just to go back and look at the data and compare it to what's in the troubleshooting information isn't always, the fastest thing in the world. We're pulling it up and we're putting it right there in front of them, along with the troubleshooting information. In the future, we're probably going to link straight to it. It'll show up in the troubleshooting information. It'll link directly from J-Pro, right? Which is going to be a great time saver. anytime you're moving in and out of applications, especially if you're changing and working on the different components on a truck, we keep talking about this holistic approach, and you're having to back out and go into your transmission software to fix something on the transmission that was affecting something on the engine. You got to go in the engine and clear something on the engine. All this stuff is, the future of all this is working towards the self-driving vehicles, right? Or semi-autonomous, and any one of these ECUs on the truck can affect the other ECUs in such a way that they all go into derate and gets the truck pulled over to the side of the road. And you have to go into each one of these ECUs and do some kind of reset. So it's not just now that we're talking about saving time, we're talking about in the future too, how much time can be saved because you're doing this holistically instead of individually.
So, did you enjoy the show? Definitely. In fact, you did such a great job. You can keep the hosting controls for the week. I have some planned downtime for an upgrade that I'm doing, so you're on your own. Perfect. Join us next time when we talk about how to get people in your fleet, from technicians to other managers you work with, valuing and using data. Thanks for watching.